Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Chibino Podcast. It's it's a review episode. A review episode. Sorry, it's just one of those days. It's just awesome because it's a review episode of Dragon Ball Super, the latest one, episode 63, titled David.
It's episode 63, entitled "Don't Defile Saiyan Cell." The current rises on Vegeta's intense battle.
And I apologize to the listeners too. We've missed the last two episodes
due to circumstances.
Just a lot of things, life just gets in the way.
Should we cover any of those last two episodes? Or?
No, because this one has too much content.
Okay. We're too far ahead.
Let's do some introductions again. This is David the Smash Fan.
Mr. Worldwide.
How's your tech guy?
So let's dive in right into this episode. By far, one of the best, if not the best episode so far from the Black arc, possibly in the series, just because of what has happened in this arc.
You get to see what you get, what's been shown to you, what are you getting?
I would say it's my favorite episode of the arc, not the series. Still think the series holds the grand prize for me is still the Kaioken.
The Kaioken, yeah.
But this is up there.
So let's
top three for sure.
So let's dive right into it. The first half was a little bit again setting the pace of what's been happening. We do find out that Trunks hasn't been fighting Zamasu for hours upon hours. But basically, he's fought them. He had to go get rescued by Mai.
Which we don't know how.
We just don't know how.
Same thing that always happens with Trunks.
We're just going to assume somehow he fled off.
Rocket launcher, flash, whatever.
He knows how to escape. He was taught by Gohan.
They're good at escaping. I'll give them that. And they know how to get their guys out of there. So basically, I'll just pass through the first part and then get to the good, juicy stuff. And then Mai tries to end Black by shooting this super duper energy bullet that Bulma from the future made and gave to Mai before she passed away.
I have a lot to say about this scene.
Right, so in this scene, I don't know why they thought this would work.
I'm sick and tired of seeing the resistance stuff. It's just for show.
The thing is, I'm okay with it because I like it because it's showing that even though they're humans, they're still trying to show that they aren't going to be pushovers, and that's what I like about it. Is even though they really can't do anything, they're showing I'm not going to go without a fight.
It's very different than what happened with the androids. With the androids,
I was thinking of Cell and stuff and androids.
With androids, they did nothing. There's nothing that stopped them. It's aside from Trunks and Gohan. So this one, they're like, we want to be more proactive in this. Let's go and do whatever we can. And if we can't do anything, well, we have Trunks.
Well, yeah, I've just been more annoyed. It's just kind of like, how much do you realize, like, it's not going to work. You throw a rocket at the guy and it blows up on him, and he's just like, oh, that tickled. And they're going to shoot a damn sniper. I mean, it's just getting to the point where it's just, this resistance is pointless. It's just more for show. I think they only show it really to depict how bad the future really is, and they're trying to do everything they can to survive, which is great. But it's just like, don't be stupid either. I don't know. I'm just getting sick of the resistance.
But it was a good setup because they shoot the sniper, it hits Black, or
they make it slow motion like he died. Yeah. I'm sitting here like he's just. I don't even know how he fell off his chair.
It did knock him out. Well, it's just funny.
And they're gonna shoot, and they're gonna kill Mai and the other two people that are with him. And Trunks gets there, stops the blast, and then goes into his
blue hybrid form, which is cool. We still love it.
And this fight between him, Black, and Zamasu was amazing.
David, Diego, I'm gonna hand the torch to you on a certain part that Trunks did. By the way, when we get there.
Yeah. So Trunks gets in there. He powers up to his blue Super Saiyan hybrid thingy mabob,
whatever you want to call it.
And he starts fighting Zamasu and Goku Black. And
say Black, it's easy.
He has this strategy. He's saying like Zamasu, even though he's immortal, he gets shot, but he kind of just
to show that
he's immortal. So he shoots
when he does that. That's the perfect time to attack Black to the fullest.
I love the sword battle between Black and Trunks. When they're just doing the huge sword fight, that was incredible animation. How he's just swinging and like how they just do the drawings was just incredible. But I like when he got annoyed when Black calls him. He's like, "I'm sick of that damn toy of yours," and then he goes and throws it at him.
Decoy.
And it was a decoy. And then Trunks does what, Diego?
So it shows you that Trunks has been knows like everyone's attack. Basically, he knows everybody's attack from his teachers, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah, but this one was probably great for
you. The coolest thing that I got to see was they previewed it in last week's episode. Like they previewed it for this week that we already saw. But he knows the Gallic Gun. He knows the Gallic Gun. He knows the Final Flash. He knows the Masenko.
How'd you like the Gallic Gun scene?
I thought it was cool because it just shows you that like he he really wants to be like his dad, or he has
Inspired
so
by
much
his dad.
inspiration from his dad, and I'm pretty sure that was a move he recently learned, because I mean he never ever had it in games or in the anime. The only thing I
He
know
never
was
saw it
Masenko.
either.
I like that they kept the blast key purple too.
Yeah.
that was
Yes.
really respectful and cool.
Yeah, I like that.
But you see after you get shot, like he puts
But
almost
He
everything.
puts
has
half
to do
of
it.
his power into it,
And
which is. I thought, okay, I'm just gonna say right here, without knowing previews, I thought Black was gonna be die or mortally wounded.
He got hurt
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally like when you see, like, it was cool to hear Goku do the scream that he does, that he does against, like the last time I saw Goku really do a scream like that being hurt was from, like, Frieza attacking Goku. And this to me was just awesome to hear Goku's voice actor in Japanese just wah, as he's getting blasted. And then they do that, like, disintegration kind of style they did with Cell and Boo. And that's where I was just like, wow, Black has to be, like, mortally wounded. But then he wasn't, which sucked. But it seemed like he put half his power in, and he's like only have half enough power to fight Zamasu now.
No, he only has enough power for one energy blast or one
Right.
shot.
One big ultimate move. We wants to, and his whole plan was
to explode,
kind of like a
Zamasu.
how Vegeta did, because he was going to use everything that he has.
Yeah.
Because he says like even Zamasu's regenerative abilities have to have a limit, which probably makes sense. I don't know what that limit is or what it is, but ultimately that gets that is foiled by Black. Black goes and stabs
right
Trunks.
behind. Right.
And again,
where
this is the
he's
first
at,
time we see blood again, because you see Trunks spit out blood as he gets stabbed, and then his fall. Oh man, his fall looks so bad because he falls and he hits the building and then he hits another building and then he falls on a rock, and like, oh my gosh, that after
classic
hurt.
Dragon Ball style. What happens?
Classic Dragon Ball style at the last second. Time machine comes with Goku, Vegeta, and Bulma there.
It reminded me of the Ginyu saga when Goku arrives moment.
Right.
Yeah.
A small side note. I kind of want to not get off topic, but add a little thing. So a lot of people who are reading the manga here, the manga is not translated yet, but the scans for it have come out, and one of the
For 18,
panels,
because I saw 17.
it's they're gonna go meet the Zeno-sama right now.
Oh yeah. I read the raw of it.
Yeah, so basically in that one of the panels you see Trunks actually training with Vegeta in the gravity room.
Oh yeah.
And so we do see that he is training with Vegeta. Like again, we don't see that at all in the anime, but we're seeing that in the manga. So we can kind of assume, okay, this is kind of what's also kind of happened somewhat in there. But back to that.
There's something that we can skip that I think is really important to note. In the beginning of the episode, right before we see Trunks and them fight, we also get to see present after Goku's got done learning the Mafuba, it expands to Vegeta
Going
getting
to
out of the hyperbolic time chamber. He gets out and he blows it up from his power of his training.
He blows it from the inside out.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think Vegeta is dumb enough to destroy the
I don't think it was
hyperbolic
that
time
he
chamber
did. I don't think he destroyed it on purpose.
or the
Right.
door.
It
No,
was
what
just
I-
showing he was that.
That's what I was going to say.
Empowering.
What I was going to say as a theory is I wonder if they're at a power level so high now that the hyperbolic time chamber can't even control the God Key anymore. And like you said, I don't think Vegeta's stupid enough to blow it up, but I think his power was so high that even that time and space couldn't control it. So I'm wondering if the only place they can really train further now is going to be that place that Whis has, because to me that just goes to show that time and space does not... It can't hold the power of the God Key anymore.
I
I
think
feel that
it's-
they've risen too high.
I don't think it's more of that. I think it's just he powered up so much or like his training was so intense it blew up. Like, you know, when he did that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that means his key was too powerful for that room to handle.
Yeah, I
It
guess
blew
so.
up everything. That's what I mean. Like, that place should be able to handle what we've always seen, but this God Key is ridiculous.
Right.
And I'm just saying that's interesting. Does that mean that... How are they going to build that? Because if you really think about that door is a portal to another world or another universe. It's not just a place you just like build exactly. We don't know a lot of the lore behind it. So, you know, is it something they have to wish the place back? Are they able to rebuild a portal to that door?
They did because Boo they did because Boo.
But the Dragon Balls just revived the Earth, so put everything back together.
No, I'm saying when Piccolo destroyed the door from the inside, it was completely gone. And so they somehow rebuilt it. I don't know who did, but they did.
Okay, so they rebuilt new temple. It's just the door is the connectivity to the other world.
Yeah, and I don't know how they do that.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's kind of interesting because it seems like that God Key, if it can destroy that entire thing, that's interesting.
Right.
Sorry, I thought it was an important thing in the universe.
No, you're fine. So going back to the episode,
when they arrive,
and as soon as they get out of the time machine, Black destroys the time machine and saying, "You're not gonna go back anymore. This is the final one."
Did you feel that was a weird rush scene? Like they appear and they're like, "Oh hi, boom, blow it up." There was like no build up or anything.
Well, it needs
they're like,
to be
"Oh
quicker.
damn you bastards!"
It made it
And it's
quicker.
good. It's like because he's like, "I'm done." He's like, "I'm done with you guys running away. This is gonna be the end.
Yeah.
This is where you make your final stand and we beat you."
And then Vegeta has a cocky comeback of, "No, this is you're great."
Yeah,
we have a coffin for you.
Yeah, we have a
rather
coffin
small.
for you. That was cool.
And then we find out that Goku left the urn in the time machine and gets destroyed. And so like, what are we gonna do? And he's like, "Oh," Vegeta's like, "Well, we're using our fists. That's our style."
I love that because when they're arguing about the Mafuba, the entire time Black was Zamasu was talking to them, and
Yeah.
he's like, Black's like, "I don't think they're paying attention to you." And they just see him over there fighting, classic banter.
That was awesome.
That was the best comedy of the show.
And then you see Gowasu and Supreme Kai appear out of nowhere from the time ring. And again, I can't confirm this, but Diego says he saw it when they come back to the time. When they come to the future, his Gowasu's ring was shining green. And then
I remember
it went
being
to
white and silver.
and then silver.
No, it was green and then silver.
Maybe
I
it's
don't know,
green when
that's what I saw.
they transferred over and then it powers
Well,
down
this is the
to
thing.
silver,
Like
maybe,
this is the
I
thing
don't
that
know.
again, the time travel doesn't make sense. It's if Gowasu from our timeline can go to the future, why is it Trunks' future? Because that's not the future from our timeline.
We don't know the power of those rings. Because Zamasi's gone to alternate universes, so it's the same thing. If they go, what is this?
But how does that
what
work?
if they go to the alternate universe of Trunks and then they fast forward? So if they're in the current timeline and then they just transport to the alternate universe and they land and then they just jump.
But can they do that? That's the
Why
thing.
not? We don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it should have been the green ring. So the ring saying that there's another world has been made.
Well, it's just like but I mean, we do know they can go to alternate time periods. We do know that. And then also we've seen already them jump, 100 years in the future from that one mortal place.
Right. We know they can go from different universes, not from parallel worlds. Because again, remember Beer said like, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
They didn't want to know that it makes sense. So again,
Hey, it's obviously possible.
It's
They've proven
possible.
now.
I think there should be a little more clarification. But
Yeah.
But going back to that, the Supreme Kai is there, which I think is a huge liability, because if Supreme Kai dies, then Beerus is dead. But I'm pretty sure they're using that for the story to further, because we kind of know what's going to happen.
I
based
think
on
them-
everything.
up.
I think them staying there makes sense because if the time machine's broken, Bulma can't fix it. They could always take them back to their timeline.
How?
What's the time rings? He just puts his hand on his shoulder.
I don't think that's how it works. Because remember, Gowas.
It's what they have to have the
can't do it.
rings.
He has to have the earring on.
Maybe they have some earrings with them. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know why they would stick around. They are a liability.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so they go and they start fighting. And we get one of the best Vegeta moments ever in Dragon Ball Super. And again, Diego,
We
you
know
can
of
take
Vegeta.
it.
You're a
I think I know
fanboy. How
Dragon
did you like
Balls.
this Vegeta episode?
Not in all.
Um,
I don't know if all of
I
Dragon
think so,
Ball,
because
but
to me it does. But it's just really awesome just seeing how much Vegeta's training paid off, and he's fighting Black and actually putting up a challenge against him. And
Yeah,
and the
Black's
fact that,
actually
like,
having a challenge now where he's
Black's
being
like,
held
how
back.
how much is he getting? How did he get so powerful in
much
such a quick
powerful,
amount of
yeah.
time? And then Zamasu's like, Vegeta's pushing Black back and then tries to get in the way and everything. And then Vegeta and Black are just fighting back and forth. And then Vegeta tries to land a punch on him. Black catches it, and he's about to use his blade. And then Vegeta just blocks it with his arm.
That
Literally
was so
blocks it,
cool.
like literally with just sheer power. And
Black's face is like, what the heck?
and then Vegeta's like, you know why you miscalculated? And he's like, miscalculated. And then he hits him and starts pounding him. He's like, he's saying basically like, he's like, you have the body of Goku, but you're not Goku. You don't
You're not
know
a real
how to
Saiyan.
you're not a Saiyan. You're just
fake.
You're fake, and you're just using this body as a vessel. You know, Goku's trained all his life, and he knows the hardships.
Says,
basically,
he says like his combat history. He's
Being
the
a
only
Saiyan,
idiot who can like improve on that or whatever it says. I was like, and he's kind of like
That
insulting
imbecile,
Goku,
yeah.
but also acknowledging he's like, I know that Goku's strong, and I know based on everything that he's ever or everyone he's ever fought, he's learned from it and he knows how to use it while fighting. And basically, he said,
You're
"You're
just a
fake.
he's like, you're just a body snatcher. You're not a Saiyan.
and then he starts pounding him to the ground, punching him, and then he hits him with such a big hit that blows up the whole building they were in. And then he's like, how did, what does he say right there? What does Black say at the end right there?
It says, how can you know all this or what?
No. How could there be such a big power difference.
Yeah.
He's like, do you want to know why? He picks up Black by the hair.
By the head with one hand.
And then he's like, do you want to know why? And then headbutts him and pushes him forward. And then basically says, because I'm Vegeta. I'm the Prince of all Saiyans. And
I'm
then,
the real deal.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, it was just
and then right then
so
and there,
epic.
I just knew it. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is way too epic. I got goosebumps. I'm screaming at the TV, and I'm like, don't end, don't end, don't end. And then music. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what an episode.
You could hear hundreds of thousands of tables flip.
Yeah, like the meme.
Honestly, that was...
Vegeta deserved that spotlight.
Vegeta deserved that spotlight.
He did.
And it was an amazing end. Again, we didn't cover a few other things. Like, obviously, Gowasu found out that the Super Dragon Balls are destroyed. They can't wish anyone back of who Black killed. I'm sure they're going to fix that somehow, because it's effed up if they can't fix Trunks' timeline even a little. Like, it's just... Like I said, they should just take Trunks in mind and get out of there if that's it. But anyway...
Should we talk about the preview?
We're talking about the preview. The preview, again...
Holy crap.
...is going to be amazing. Many people have done the breakdowns of it, which is going to go through a few of the things. So again, we see this kind of, I call it the Shadow Clone Jutsu of Black.
Shadow Clone
Jutsu. And his because his hair color is not the rose color, pink color. It's kind of like a magenta. It's kind of like a darker pink.
And it looks like a crappy version of.
Yeah, he has like a magenta red.
And it kind of has like
hair.
a boo type of feel because it's
the smoke.
The smoke again, and that's why I call it the Shadow Clone Jutsu.
But then again, that doesn't mean it's like the normal Shadow Clone. This seems more like a Zumasu technique of the Shadow Clone.
Right.
Sorry, I keep calling it Shadow Clone, but it's fun.
But we don't see this again. We don't see these clones attacking. We just see it. We just see him stand there, and we see beams being shot, which I assume is Vegeta.
Which asks why, But you also see Vegeta like looking at the space, like that time rapture where I don't know that time rapture where like Black has a size, and you see this huge weird like stripe in the cloud.
Yeah, so we'll
weird.
So getting to that, we
sorry.
see Black make he makes his little sword thing with his hand, but now we see him with a scythe.
Yeah, it looked like he actually had a handle. It wasn't like all key this time. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, so it looks like an actual scythe that he possibly made out of nothing. But I don't know if he made a rip in time or in the space, whatever.
What is that?
But he does this rip, and Vegeta's just looking there, not really paying a bunch of attention to it.
He's doing his folded arm, like whatever kind of style that he does when he's
While this is happening in the preview, they'll just show how Goku is basically demolishing Zamasu. Zamasu can't do crap against Goku.
From behind, backhand him.
Yeah, like just destroying the crap out of him. But you still see and in the preview Goku saying like, this is our time to defeat you, this is what mortals can do, you're done, we're gonna seal you up, and basically you see at the very end we see this new person, this new fusion of Goku and Black and Zamasu, and so we know that this is where it's leading to. We don't know how it's going to get to that point.
Yeah, like is Goku going to try them if Huben fell? Or is he going to keep
Which a lot of people,
on?
like, Diego had a theory on that.
Sure.
Of what's going to happen. Like, how it's going to...
I'm thinking...
Yeah, what's your theory, Diego?
I'm thinking that they will use the Mafuba on...
This episode?
On Zamasu, yeah.
Okay.
And right when that happens, Black... He either gets caught and then Black frees him. Because why would he use a diversion? Like, why would he be making those clones if it's not for a diversion? I'm thinking he's doing that against Vegeta, and then he's going to rescue Zamasu. Because I believe Zamasu is going to get caught by the Mafuba in that one, and then he's going to get Goku by surprise, because he can use instant transmission, release Zamasu, and then fuse, and then that's like the last couple minutes of the episode, and then that's when Zamasu will be there. The new fusion Zamasu will be at the last minute or two.
Okay. I think it's going to be a little bit different. I think he's going to get caught. Goku's going to throw him into the urn or whatever, and before he gets it, that's what Black saves him by switching his earrings to the other side and fusing, so it's gonna miss completely.
I have a theory that kind of lands on yours, but just for the sake of Goku's stupidity, he's gonna miss. But I think that there is gonna be an attempt for that and miss. The other thing we had questions, which I questioned you on, David, because to be honest with immortality, as much as we want to theorize, this is the first canonical immortality besides like maybe the movie.
Right,
of Dead Zone. So we don't know on this fusion, like how that we know about like the Goku part, like the one stronger person, takes over a little bit more, which obviously would be Black. But does that really negate the immortality? We don't really know, but we can theorize that.
Right, and again, we go off this by what we've seen with the Potara fusion. When we saw Goku and Vegeta do it, we saw that Vegeta's death was negated, and that Vegeta was alive. This is a new being.
But then again, immortality is more powerful than mortals.
No, it's not a strength. Immortality is not a strength.
That's not. I'm not talking about that.
You
I'm
said
talking about
immortality
death.
is more powerful, though.
That's not what I'm trying to say.
I know, but
he's saying that mortality is more powerful than the death.
Yeah, I know that.
So what would be above mortality be immortality? That's all I'm saying. It's just I'm not talking about power level.
I think it's a mix of the two, though.
Right, obviously. But I'm saying if Vegeta's
one
not
or the other kind of a thing.
Right, but what I'm saying is if Vegeta's dead, and then he goes with Goku, and now he's alive. If we were to think of that same theory, wouldn't the mortal Goku Black also get the immortality from the Zamasu? That's all I'm saying. Right?
And the thing is, like,
it's just a theory.
I know. I'm just saying
it's fact.
The thing that I'm saying is, we do know that this is a new being. A fusion is exactly that. It's a new being.
Yes. And we never seen gods do this.
We've never seen gods do that. And again, we can't go by any other type of fusion at all, because with Goku's fusion, with the fusion dance. The only time we ever saw that with Goku and Vegeta was in the movie, and in the movie, I believe that Gogeta was dead.
Yes, he was. They were both dead.
Yeah,
they were both dead.
They're both dead at the time? Oh, yeah.
And Gogeta had a ring, too.
Yeah.
But then again, that's just, we don't really know.
But it was
the only gods we've seen is Kabuto and Supreme Kai, but they weren't like, there was no immortal power level or anything like that. We don't really know. I'm just theorizing.
So we don't know. So again, we don't know if the immortality will be negated because it's a new being. Or if it's going to carry over, or if Black's mortality is going to take over because he's stronger. I mean, there's not enough.
Just that. It's just when Zamasu made the wish, he made for himself to be immortal.
Right, but not this new being is
not Zamasu.
So it could negate the immortality, which would make it when Vegito. And again, this is all leading up to Goku and Vegeta
getting Vegito again. I don't think we're gonna go Gogeta as much as people fanboy over it. It's not canon. Also, he's freaking awesome as hell. I'm not gonna deny.
And he's not as strong as Vegito.
Yeah, the fusion we do know that the finger fusion is nowhere near as powerful as the Potara variant.
Right.
Not even close. I mean, you're not even talking a third. That thing's just crazy.
I mean, if you want to go more into that, we can go into that in a later video.
This episode, yeah.
But so again, they're gonna have
Vegito. I think
they're gonna have the Supreme Kai there. They're gonna. What I theorize is they're gonna borrow one of Supreme Kai's earrings and then one of Gowasu's earrings to fuse.
I think it's more Supreme Kai Shins, because just in the sake of matching colors, the orange ones would match Vegito more. Just
no,
this
is the thing. Like, they still need. He still needs to be the Kai. Like, if both of his earrings are gone, he can't travel through time.
Yeah. It's just gonna be one from each. It'll be from Gowasu and Supreme Kai,
because Gowasu also says he wants to take care of it.
And they're still there. Why? Well, maybe that's their premise. Not to take him back, but the premise is to get him
I think I get what you're saying.
And again, Gowasu might be taking both of his earrings just to be like, this is what I want to give you. This is what I want to do. So, again, we don't know, but those are the theories. Is either they're going to take I think they're going to take Gowasu's, or take one of Gowasu's or one of Supreme Kai's and fuse, but I don't think they're going to take both of Supreme Kai's.
No, it'll be one of each, for each year. And I also think, so we'll get Vegito. I still believe the immortality is going to carry over. The only reason why is Mifune was stressed. I don't think it should just be for one pointless attempt and then we just never see it again. I think that's retarded. I do like the fact of them destroying him by their hand, but then it's like, well, then don't show the Mifune, because that was just pointless to even show. I think that maybe
I think the Mifune is just there just for filler in that sense.
I think it's just pointless to bring it up in 2 episodes and then just throw it away.
Yeah, but I mean,
again, it'll still be
a being that needs to die, though. Like, I don't think this is a being that can be sealed away. This guy needs to go away.
Again, it depends.
We never see a fusion god, and he fuses with himself. Technically, this is weird.
Yeah, but he's in a different body. And again, he's also half Saiyan. Another thing we didn't get into too much is his appearance, of whether or not he's in the Super Saiyan mode or not, because again, he's half Saiyan right now, basically because he's half God, and he took Goku's body, so he is technically a Saiyan.
He did fuse with him in Super Saiyan form too, so he could be transformed technically during the fusion.
We don't know. We just know that the aura is different, because now it's a white aura that's around him
with white hair.
With white hair, and it's very different. There's not enough answers to go by to tell you if he's and Zamasu's hair is white, so just might have taken his white hair because Goku Black was in Rose mode. Was in Rose mode. That's why it's
Super Saiyan hair and white.
But he's normal. I mean, there's not enough answers to tell you whether it is or not.
And I know you guys don't agree, but I still think that's the white-haired character, because Kira Toriyama never said a white Super Saiyan they're gonna fight. He just said he originally wanted the God Key to be white.
I think it was Zamasu. I think it was Zamasu.
I think Zamasu's always been there, so he's white hair.
No, I know, but then also it's gonna be like a Super Saiyan style hair. But he never said that they're.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean there, but I'm saying the villain is gonna
It would clash
Yeah,
with the
so-
white hair villain. I think that's Zamasu, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Now that he's
So we'll see. We
infused-
can't wait to see if Vegito will happen. Like,
It
it's
will.
almost again. The
No,
only
98%,
other thing they
99.9.
could do is if somehow Goku and Vegeta are synced so much in their fighting style that they can beat him. I think they'll try, and I think Trunks will even come and help, but it'll be all for naught. They'll have to go and be Vegito, and then we'll get to see Super Saiyan Blue Vegito.
I still want a damn explanation of Trunks' power right now.
They'll probably give you after.
Oh, one other thing we kind of went by. Let's talk about it really quick. We found out that Whis is an angel.
Oh my gosh, how did we skip that? In the lore, that makes sense because, you know, we can't think of, like, our biblical sense here in our real world. For anime, with Whis, that makes perfect sense.
He's an angel of God, basically Xenos.
I never even thought about that. They
And-
are the guardians that take care of the people, that take control. So, like, Zeno's the supreme god. He's the main god, obviously. Right. He's, like, God in that universe. He has his angels, and they go and watch over the people that keep balance in the universe.
Right.
Makes perfect sense.
And on top of that, we find out that he's basically in this... He can't act until the new... God Destruction is alive.
Yeah, like, why isn't he helping? It's
Yeah.
like, well, he's inactive. Unless there's a new God of Destruction,
He can't do anything.
He can't do anything.
Which makes sense.
Makes perfect dang sense. Thank you for explaining that. That was just so subtle, but it's huge in the lore. Whis is an angel.
Yep.
Makes perfect sense.
And on that angelic note, let us know what you think about this in the comments. Or if you want us to do another video explaining fusion or anything else, let us know. Diego, where can they find us? Or follow us.
They can follow us at Chibi Podcast on Instagram, at Chibino Podcast at Twitter, check capital C, capital N, capital P, Chibi Podcast at YouTube, and Chibino Podcast on Facebook.
Yes, as always, we will see you again. This is David the Smash Man.
Mr. Worldwide.
Master Tech guy.
And this is Chibino Podcast. We out.